Hey there! I don't know whether you joined me today because you're interested in the bullet journal or you are an Erin Condren fan or whether you're just curious about the whole planner community, but today I'm going to flip through the Erin Condren dot grid notebook and also the dot grid journal. I've been an Erin Condren fan for over 3 years, and so when I switched to the bullet journal I was a little sad because I missed my other covers, all the fun accessories she has. So I wanted to give this a try, so I'm going to walk you through show you some of the pros, some of the cons, and let you make a decision for yourself. Are you ready to get started? Let's take a look inside. Okay, let's take a look inside of this. And again, this is the Erin Condren dot grid notebook. This is the 7x9 size. You can also order this in 8.5x11 in the notebook, the Spile Brown notebook size. I just wanted to go over some of the details of this. First of all, you have 124 pages, which equals 62 sheets. Again, this is the 7x9. There are removable flag stickers in the back, and these are great because you can stick them wherever, use it as a label, and then when you're ready to remove it, just peel it up. You don't mess up your page at all. Also, we have the removable covers, one of my favorite aspects of the Erin Condren. You just rip that baby off and grab whatever cover you want to do next. So I've got this one. I have a million. It's ridiculous. So like for the holidays, I might do that. Or if I need to feel brave that day, I might do this. Lots of options. The covers are generally $10 a piece unless you're getting one of the foil covers, in which case I think they're $15 a piece. But they're pretty simple to put back on. You just attach the two ends and then work your way to the center. And in case you ever forget, they have a handy dandy video on the website that you can check out. Now, into the dots. This is a larger dot grid than the Leuchtturm, which is what I currently use. There's a 1/4 inch between dots, and there are 4 squares per inch. Now the difference here is that in the Leuchtturm, you have about 3/8 of an inch between dots and about 5 squares per inch. So this is the Leuchtturm, if you can see that. And then let me flip this closer to you. This is the Erin Condren. So if you can see those dots. And I wanted to let you know between the pages, where did I write this down? I think it's 25 squares across and 33 squares down. So it's 26 dots and 34 dots down, just to give you some details there. Now, for the bound journal, this is the one with the solid binding. This has all the same features except for the fact that obviously you can't change the cover. This cover is nice. It's a kind of velvety, like between rubber and velvet, if that makes any sense, feeling. It's really fun to touch, beautiful covers. Now, I was disappointed when I first received this because I was having issues with the binding. I felt like it wasn't holding up like it should. However, a friend of mine who also ordered this contacted the company when she had that problem. They sent her a new copy and they told her that they have since changed the glue that they're using on the binding. So that's good news. This one also comes with the stickers. So again, you've got those 2 bells and whistles. That's about it. So I'm going to put this to the side. All right, so I want to talk about the pros and cons of using this as a bullet journal. First of all, it's spiral bound, which is great because it's easier to write. You have a firm surface to write on no matter where you are. If you're out and about, sitting in a meeting or whatever, you're good to go. Another thing is that this is thick 70-pound paper. Now, just as a comparison, I'm not 100% sure I did the math right, but as far as I could tell, going from European to American, the Leuchtturm is roughly 50-pound paper. So it's a lot thinner paper going on in here. So this is thicker paper. You're not going to have to worry so much about things bleeding through. Also, you have perforated pages for clean and easy removal. So if you want to take something out or write a note to somebody, you just have to bend it over and start ripping it out, and you got a nice clean sheet. Again, you've got the pros and cons of the interchangeable covers. There are clip-in post-it dashboards. This is one of my favorite things that Erin Condren has come up with. She has all sorts of different designs. This is the rose gold collection. You just pop that baby in wherever you want it, and when you need a post-it, you grab a post-it. I like to use post-its for when I'm planning out my blogging calendar, and then I actually write in what I've done after it's uploaded. There are also folders you can add. This is just a plain old folder. It comes like this, and then you take one of her handy dandy coil clips, rip the plastic off, stick it where you want it, and there you go. You can put it on this side, you can put it on this side. If you're crazy, you could even put it that way. I have no idea why, whatever you want to do. So that's another option. You can put this however you want. So if you wanted it to stick out the top like a bookmark, you've got that going for you. Pen clips, these are perfect. You can't really see it once you put it in because that's clear. That's just the white tape on the back that you're seeing there. So that's handy for having your pen there all the time. I think they're only like $2.50, so they're not expensive. Other features are the dashboards, or these are dividers really. This is a divider I ordered, gosh, a year or two ago. It's got whatever you want on the front, and on the back it's a whiteboard or a dry erase board, or you can use your Sharpie. So here with a dry erase, you just use a paper towel. However, with a Sharpie, you're going to want to use some alcohol on here or maybe a wet wipe to get that off. So that's great if you want to write yourself some messages, or if you just want to jot stuff down, or use it if you're teaching a class, whatever you want to do. There's also the bookmark. This is a ruler as well as a bookmark. You just pop it in wherever you want it, and it's nice because you've always got that straight edge when you need it. And back to the coil clips, you can use these to attach anything in there. Trying to see what kind of randomness I have laying around on my desk. Okay, so this is an old Zentangle tile I did, and these do come in a smaller size. I could just take that and pop it into my book if I wanted to. So pretty much anything, invitations, directions, whatever you want. Okay, you also can order a zip pouch now that has the coil clip on it, so you can put that wherever you want in your book. There are travel dashboards, also notepads. I love the notepads because sometimes you just want to jot something down. You don't want it in the permanence of your book, or you need to write somebody a note. These have kind of glue dot thingies on the back. You just stick them in here and it's good to go. And there's plenty of room in the foil for that. It's still not popping up too much, but it will add to the weight of your book. So just keep that in mind. And if you are using the bound journal, you still can do that. Erin Condren has a collection of these little pocket folders. They're just a little pocket guide. You got the 3M stick on the back, and you just decide where you want to put it, pop it in, and then you've got a pocket. So it's handy dandy. All right, so those are some of the accessories and some of the pros. Another of the pros, I think, is because it is a bigger dot grid, you have a little bit more space to work with. Now, before I go into the cons, I do want to just walk us through some of my layouts here. This is just me playing around, seeing how I feel about it, because I have been using the Leuchtturm and I have really enjoyed it. What I did here is I took one of my favorite spreads and I recreated it in the Erin Condren, and there is so much space to work with. You'll see when I put my Leuchtturm on top of here, it takes up about this much space. So you're getting kind of an extra, I guess, 33% in size. So this is that same exact spread. Here it is in the Erin Condren, and here it is in the Leuchtturm. Lots of extra space here. And I even added this thing in, and it doesn't even look cramped compared to this layout here. Then I wanted to do my dailies. Those are my weeklies. So I redid these dailies here. And again, you see all this white space you have to work with. If you like to doodle, you've got all the room in the world to doodle. I wanted it to be exactly the same to show you the dimensions kind of. So I just did art here. Not the same thing because I was too lazy to do that twice. But again, tons and tons of white space to work with. I will say I'm not a fan of these flags here at the top. I feel like that kind of locks you into what you can do color-wise or even with your headers. That was a little annoying to me. Then I also wanted to create a monthly spread. So let me pull that guy back out. And I went with June just because I wanted a month that had plenty of birthdays to show you how the stickers fit, because I did create the same exact size stickers here. Now, these are 1.5 inches wide. In the Leuchtturm, I think they're 1.25 inches wide. So you're definitely getting more space to write. But you can see right there, I mean, I had to cut these pictures down a little bit here. I didn't cut them down at all. So you've got a lot of space going on here. Now, I did have a problem here because I didn't plan ahead and I didn't count. I was just going with space. I think there's like 25 lines here, whereas I would have needed 30 if I was doing my mileage log. So I was just jotting it down the days I actually did something so far that month. So that's just to show you that. All right, so that's what it looks like inside. Now here are my cons. I said the spiral was a pro, but to me it is also a con because I'm not the neatest. I don't write the most neatly of anybody in the world. You can see that just by looking at it. But when I get over here, that coil gets in my way. And yeah, I could stick another book under it, but to do that all the time is just a pain in the butt. So that gets in my way. It's handy, but it's also annoying. Also, there are no page numbers, so you have to number your own pages. That's not a big deal. Not all books have page numbers. The Leuchtturm does, so I like that. I didn't have to go through here and do that. But again, it's something to keep in mind if you're looking at the Erin Condren. Also, there is no index. You have to create your own index. Again, that's not a huge problem. Just, I mean, you don't even have to make it this fancy with the square or the whatever, the lines. But you need to know that you're going to have to create that for yourself and dedicate a few pages to that purpose. Also, there are fewer pages. In this book, you have 124 pages. In the Leuchtturm, there are 249 pages. So you're getting more than, well, just barely more than double the pages in the Leuchtturm. So it's gonna last you longer depending on how you use it. If you do your layouts differently where you don't have this wasted space like I do, it might last you about the same amount of time. All right, now why I love this book is the colors. I love color so much. I used to be a black and white girl, and then I guess I grew down. I don't know what. The colors are all fun. So I enjoy doing that. I also like the paper quality. That thickness of the 70-pound weight just makes me feel secure, like I'm not going to mess anything up. I love the accessories. I mean, I'm an accessory girl, so the covers, the notepads, the pen holder, all that stuff. I like it all. Also, I miss my Erin Condren Life Planner. It was fun. It's happy and all those accessories, but I love my bullet journal more. And I also love having so much space to write. I mean, this is just a beautiful, beautiful blank spread right there. So these are reasons why I love it. Now here is why I'm not convinced that I will switch to the Erin Condren when I finish my bullet journal. I started this bullet journal in January, and I started putting everything in here pretty much except for my daily journaling pages where I'm just jotting my thoughts. So this has memories, has trackers, it has events, doodles. I mean, look at that. Is that not adorable? All sorts of great things in here that I can refer back to and just get a snapshot of my life on that one day or that week. Because of this, I like the implied permanence of the Leuchtturm. It is a bound book, and to me that just feels more permanent than the spiral. I know that's a silly thing to say, but that's how it feels to me. So anyway, also with this, because we have more pages, even though it has double the pages, it's still equal the weight. They're both roughly a pound without any added accessories in here. But this is smaller, so it's going to fit in your purse or your bag easier. I mean, look at that. Pretty much a lot smaller. And as I said earlier, the coil gets in my way. So with my handwriting being what it is, that's annoying. Another reason I'm not convinced is I really, really want to give the Traveler's Notebook system a try. We haven't really talked about that on the blog yet, but next week we are going to hear from Tony of Red Pen Travelers, who actually creates a custom line of leather Traveler's Notebooks. And I'm excited to give that a try, and you can't really do that with a spiral bound book. And as for the journal, it's just too big. This is pretty much the biggest size that a traveler comes in. So that's one reason I want to stick with this a little bit longer. That said, I think this is a beautiful book. I think it's a fun option, and I am going to continue to use it. However, probably not for my bullet journal. That being said, I also said I would never leave the Erin Condren. So that's for what it's worth. I do love to use this to practice my hand lettering. I feel like the dot grid layout is fabulous for practicing doodles and lettering, just because you've got that stability, but it's not in your way. Like, you probably can barely see the dots on this page, but they were helpful for my practice of these letters. Yeah, nice and messy. All right, so before you leave, I wanted to let you know we are going to be doing a giveaway of at least 2 of the dot grid notebooks from Erin Condren. So if you're interested in taking advantage of that, I want you to head on over to the blog. I'll have a link in the notes below, and the raffle copter information will be at the bottom of the blog post. Just figure out how you want to enter, and I hope you win. And it will be, you will get to choose whether you want to do the notebook style or the journal style. But hopefully this is a fun way for you to try it out if you're new to bullet journaling, or you want to give bullet journaling a try, or if you're a bullet journal junkie and you wanted to give Erin Condren's products a try. Either way, I hope you join us and take part in our drawing. Thanks so much for listening.